Today I'm breaking down 5 key differences in the New Balance More V6 and the Nike Vomero Plus. They're two max stack cushion shoes, but they're completely different underfoot. The More V6 has a huge amount of 44mm underneath the rear foot, 40 under the forefoot, so that's more than what we saw in the V5. In contrast to that, in the Nike Vomero Plus, we've got 43mm in the rear foot and we've got 33mm in the forefoot. So that's 7mm less in the forefoot compared to what we see in the More V6, and as a result it's much more flexible in the forefoot compared to what we see in the More V6, which is a much stiffer shoe underfoot. Now we also have a huge difference in the drop, so we've got a 4mm difference from the back to the front of the shoe in the More V6, and we've got a 10mm difference from the back to the front of the shoe in the Vomero Plus. So quite an old style in terms of the amount of high drop in the Vomero Plus, but it transitions much quicker from the back to the front of the shoe than you see in the V6, whether you're walking or whether you're running. And that's partly due to the more aggressive geometry, so we've got more aggressive forefoot rocker and heel bevel in the Vomero Plus. So for a 10mm shoe, it actually feels more like a 6 to 8mm drop shoe, in contrast to the V6, which is a bit slower in moving from the back to the front of the shoe. In the Vomero Plus, we've got full length Zoom X cushioning, which is a really soft, really spongy, pillow-like, cloud-like sensation midsole. So whether you're walking or whether you're running, you sink into this shoe. However, when you apply force to it, it does give you lots of responsiveness underfoot. In contrast to that, in the More V6, we've got much more balanced cushioning in the Fresh Foam X. So while it's not as soft as what we see in the 1080 V14, you don't sink into it as much as what we see in the Vomero Plus. When we think about cushioning, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. While this is really cloud-like in sensation in the Vomero Plus, because it's not as broad underneath as the V6, it can be a little bit unstable if you're changing directions or if you're carrying heavier weights. Then when we think about the fit on top, because we have a much broader platform in the V6, you've got a really wide toe box and an excellent lockdown in the midfoot and the heel. In the Vomero Plus, we've got a bit more of a tapered fit in the toe box, so those of you who have a broader foot, you might not enjoy that, and we still have a nice lockdown in the midfoot and the heel as well. So how do they compare when it comes to performance, walking and running? Well, the More V6 is really more designed as a walking shoe. It can be used for those easy runs and recovery runs, but because it comes in around 300 grams for size 9 men's US, it's not the lightest shoe in the world for those quicker workouts. So an excellent option if you want a stable neutral shoe for walking around or as a versatile shoe for doing some easy runs. In contrast to that, with the Vomero Plus, it can be used as a lifestyle and walking shoe for sure. Just keep in mind that it can be a little bit unstable for those of you with ankle instability. When it comes to running, it comes in around 281 grams for size 9 men's US. So it's a lot more responsive. It can be used for some faster up-tempo workouts, but because of the weight of the shoe, it means it's just not a race-pace shoe. So for those 5-10k races, not the ideal option. And if you're keen on the Vomero lineup, then look out for the Vomero Premium, which is coming out soon. Got links to both shoes in the description if you want to check out the latest prices. Otherwise, like and share and subscribing makes a massive difference to the channel if you found the video interesting.